Hello my loves, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Seema. Thank you so much for being here. If you are a continued or returning subscriber, I just want to take the time to thank you for being here and sharing your wonderful energy with me. It's just such an honor to be able to give you messages, and I feel so overwhelmed at times because this channel is growing, and you have to understand that it's really I feel like a mom. I feel like I'm a mother now. And yeah, I don't know. It's been such a huge amazing thing that has happened in my life, and it's really my honor to give you guys messages and to help heal you in any way that I can. I just hope that my presence is healing for you, whether it's through my energy or through music or through messages. My aim and goal for this channel and for you guys is to be nurtured as much as possible, energetically. Collectively, we're going through a huge change and a huge transition for the good. There's been a lot of energy work done um, over the past a few years, and just all of the time, really. Time gets collapsed in different ways, through us. And I was in a mentorship session earlier today, and one of my mentors told me that whenever we heal ourselves, we are healing the world, So whenever we take the time to do that healing work on ourselves, we are healing the world. And Lord knows nobody is perfect, myself least of all. I have to constantly remember to upkeep my spiritual hygiene and make sure that I'm doing that work to heal my mind and to get on top of my thoughts and to see what's in there and to dig out what's in my subconscious mind, observe it, examine it, and then clear it out, let it go. I'm constantly always also releasing things. My energy is always changing. My energy changes all of the time, which you may see if you look at previous videos. So yeah, it's an honor to be able to just find a home in this corner of the internet for me to be myself and simultaneously share messages with you guys. So I'm just so grateful for your receptivity in being here. So today I have kind of a different video planned. I wanted to give you guys messages from a book I wrote a few years ago. It's called A Rainbow Thing with Wings. You can actually find it on Amazon for $12.99. It makes a really good gift, but I'll have it linked down below if you want to check it out. Literally, I wrote this on a beach. I spent the entire summer not speaking to anybody and literally just writing, and I channeled as I wrote this. So some of the things that I'm going to be reading to you guys today are excerpts of my previous life experiences, but I was channeling when I was writing this book, so it was my higher self was assimilating my experiences and writing it in a way that would be healing to the reader. So that's what I'm going to be reading to you guys today. And the way that I do it is we're going to ask what you need to hear today together, and then I'm going to flip to a page for you, and we're going to go that way, and we're going to connect the pieces together. So let's start by asking, what do you need to hear today? So ask with me. I want you to take the time to ask right now, and just ask, what do I need to hear? What do I need to hear right now? What's most important for me to understand that could somehow connect back to my life in this present moment and help me in some way to figure something out or to heal me? So what do you need to know? Let's see. All right. What do they need to know? So actually flip to a chapter segment. So it says A Falling Thing with Wings. And the way that I segmented these chapters was to tell the story of somebody who was going through their healing journey. I forgot to mention that, as I was. So I was basically breaking my experiences up into sections and writing about them. So, A Falling Thing with Wings. You can do anything you want to do and be anything you want to be. The strongholds of the mind are not as strong as all of the mysteries of the universe, one of which is you. The strongholds of the mind are not as strong as all the mysteries of the universe, one of which is you. Whatever you're grappling with mentally, whatever seems unsurmountable for you, whatever seems way too big for you to handle in your life, you are not only equal to the situation, you're more than the situation, but more than that, you are greater than every situation that has ever situated, okay? Like ever. Because you have to understand that, like, you are literally the entire universe, the whole universe. So, like, God, really, expressing itself through in your own way, right? You know, when we shed this body, this is getting like deeper, but when we shed this body at the time of death, physical death, because death is an illusion, but like death of the body or ending to the body, really. When we shed the body, we realize that this entire life that we lived was just a, well, first of all, it seems like just a blip in time, because time is different when you're like on the other side. Time is not what we think it is here. We make everything such a big deal here. All of our moments are so slow to happen, okay? We've been given this gift of time, but then we don't realize that it's a gift, so we waste a lot of it. We waste a lot of it in struggle or in strife or in pain, instead of just letting go and releasing things quickly, right? And clearing out energy quickly. A lot of us don't know how to do that. We have not been taught how to do that. So, when we shed the body, we realize that, like, time is actually after this life. We have an abundance. We experience abundance, like, in its truest, purest form after we shed the body and after we leave the material plane. So, in the same way, we realize that, like, life was just a dream of sorts, a dream of the consciousness, okay? So we realize that when we shed the body. So our brains, though they are extremely intelligent, gifted, genius, we don't know that they are. So we rarely tap into that level of even like psychic awareness or energetic awareness or energetic power, okay? Like, usually we think about what we need to do, we think about errands we need to run, we think about our identity, our relationship to other people, just really bullshit stuff. Like, really, not saying that it is, because it's not bullshit. Like, it is important, but it's important when we give it spiritual significance. That's why it says in the Gita, the Bhagavad Gita, that we should be doing all things for God. We should be literally, like, when we drive, when we get coffee, when we do anything, we should be doing it for God, for the God within, for God all, for oneness, for all that is. And unless we, like, remember God all the time, we are literally digging ourselves deeper into the trenches of karma, or we are creating more karma, because, like, karma is just action reaction. So everything that we do has a reaction, right? Every action has a reaction. So we will stay here if we are just putting our attention and our focus unto like our daily tasks and things like that we think are like not important or like ordinary. No, like, nothing is ordinary and everything is important. That's what I'm saying. Everything is important, and we realize everything's importance when we connect everything back to God. Okay, I have the blessing of being able to go get gas. I have the blessing of being able to get a coffee. Like, everything is a blessing. Every moment is a blessing. Every moment is a gift. And when we neglect this fact, it's a fact. It's a universal truth. So it is very factual. So when we neglect this fact of existence, not just life, but of existence, we forget who we are. We get lost. We get lost in, like I said, the trenches of karma, the trenches of action, reaction. We think that we are the doer. We think that, like, instead of God being the doer, we think that we are the doer. We think that we are in control. And that's where we get very disturbed mentally. Because when we think that we are the doer, when we start to think that we are in control, we are not in a state of surrender. We're not living in a state of surrender. So we're delusioned, because we're thinking that we are the ones that are responsible for, everything that happens, and instead of just surrendering control, like this is what it means to be a control freak. Ask me about this. I struggled very badly with this about a year ago, even a shorter duration than that, even just 6 months ago, because I have a business, right? So but then it's like at the same time it's not my business, like it's God's, and so when I realized that, and I realized that my life is his, and I can give my life to him, and I can give the fruits of my actions to him and the results of all of my actions to him, then I realized that I'm free, and like I just have to work under his direction and give up the reaction to him, the results to him. And in that way, I'm liberated right here, right now, in the physical body. I have attained moksha. I have attained liberation right here, right now, in the physical body. So like, we are not supposed to suffer as much as we do, truly. Like, we are supposed to just really like sit back, relax, chill out, honestly, and create from love, create from that space of joy and surrender, that place of surrender. And when we do that, then we see that our work is healing for ourselves and others. Then we see that our work is worth it. Then we see that we are on the right path, But instead, which is what I did, if you just continue like pushing against a wall and expecting results to happen, but you're pushing, your vibration is off, you're not balanced, right? You think that you are the doer, you think that, okay, I have to go get a bag, I have to go, do all these things, like you're gonna stay in that same vibration, and so you're just lost. You don't even realize that what you want is peace, not the bag, right? The bag will come once you have peace. Like, that's the thing. That's what money frequency is as well. I'll get there. We can go there. But essentially, like, there's so much of hustle culture that is like perpetuated and like pushed upon us, so we don't have the clarity or the space to figure out who we are or to self-realize in any way, right? So because of all of this like training or mental priming that we have been under to like push to get things done, we exist in like this wounded masculine energy as like a collective society, okay? And so we are not able to tap into source whatsoever or tap into God whatsoever. Like, we are just disconnected from ourselves, from ourself, capital S, okay? And so that disconnect results in delayed manifestations, staying in the cycle of karma, action, reaction, staying in the trenches of karma, like I said, thinking that you are the doer, being lost, stuck, stagnant, in depression. There's a cat crossing the road and she's about to hunt because she's like, and so like that's so interesting because she's so beautiful. Some cats are just so pretty, I love cats so much. I love just watching animals. But that's so interesting too, because it's like, it says in the Bible that God provides and give us our daily bread, in the sense that like, let us be receivers of your abundance, let me recognize, God, all of the things that you've given me, instead of like needing to go out and hunt, which is what species of like lower levels of consciousness have to do, because they don't have the wherewithal to self-actualize. They don't have the ability to self-realize. They just are under their instincts, they are limited in their ability to understand themselves. So we are not animals. Like, human beings are not animals, so there's no need to live like one. Eat, sleep, you know what I mean? Like, the constant cycle of like primal activity keeps us away from our true nature, from our true selves as divine beings. It's like when you are chained to a pleasure response, you need it, you become addicted to it. And so the path of healing oneself and being healed and really understanding oneself is that you release all of these like mental addictions that you had or have had, and like, I'll give you my example. In my personal experience, it was overthinking addiction. I had an addiction to really wanting a lot of things. Like, I had a lot of desires, and that was an addiction. I had an addiction to like being obsessed with like a certain lifestyle. That was another addiction of mine that I had. Um, a few years ago, not recently, but before I started my business a few years ago, I got addicted to like even healing and like wanting so badly to like uh be healed that I like kept also throwing myself into like unfortunate situations to like trigger myself into healing like a deeper layer of myself, which probably was like a good thing because I've cleared all of that out now, and I've like I really went to the root to like rebuild myself, you know. And maybe that was a part of my path. Maybe I needed to become like obsessed with wanting to heal. But what I will say is that I also maybe did not need to suffer as much as I did, you know, like maybe I did not need to go through that many upsetting situations. I didn't need to be so depressed, you know, as I was. So, but that was my experience, and that was, you know, my personal journey, and now I can like share it with you guys. But essentially, we need to, like, if we really want to tap into freedom, inner freedom and peace and joy, and create from this present now moment, we need to just like get rid of as many mental throttles and addictions that we have, and just really understand that nothing in life should be taken for granted, because life itself is not like granted. It's not promised, right? Our moments are not promised. They are not like, we are not owed anything, you know. We are being gifted things all of the time, all of the time. The ability to watch this video and understand what I'm saying, the ability for me to make this video, the ability for me to drink my little coffee, and for me to like, you know, even the ability to be who you are is a gift. The ability for me to laugh at this cat. It's like going, she's going back. I don't know what she's doing. She was gonna like hunt, I was thinking, and then she just left. But it's like joy is on us. Joy abounds. Joy abounds. Abundance abounds. These things are inherent to our nature. And so it's important to not desire as much as possible. You know, it's important to not want things as much as possible. Like, it's good to have goals in your life, and it's good to you know, understand yourself as a co-creator with divine, but like, it's not good to think that, you know, we are the doer, and that we must achieve these goals by like a certain something or else something. Like, no, like, you want to live, you know, you want peace, you want to be happy, you know. And so happiness and joy, they're intrinsic. They literally do not come from anywhere except except inside of ourselves and what is within ourselves. It's God, right? So God is from where all joy and bliss spring. So again, back to the message, you can do anything that you want to do, because why? Because God powers you. And be anything you want to be. You can, there's no limit. You can have nothing today and have everything tomorrow, in any way you will take that message, you know. Because remember, abundance is a feeling. Briefly, I tweeted about this yesterday, about how, because I was listening to a podcast and then I just like tweeted from it. And so the message was that when you actually become a billionaire, like, let's just say, you know, there have been billionaires that report not feeling any different. Because when you actually become a billionaire, it doesn't, there's no connection. Like, you feel nothing, you know, because like, it's just, you're still the same person, you know. And like, maybe you would feel a little bit of relief that, okay, my business generated me this income, or okay, this goal is met, or like, I can pay my employee salary or whatever it is. But like, the actual changeability effect that it would have on a human being is non-existent. It's not there. So like, there's no actual effect, you know, of becoming a billionaire. So what does that show you? It shows you that abundance is a feeling. And so you don't actually have to be a billionaire to feel like a billionaire, you know. I feel like a billionaire most of the time, and right now. Why? Because I'm reaching you guys, because I just took a shower, because I got myself some coffee, because like, it's so easy to feel joy and the abundance that is joy, and the joy that is abundance. Abundance is joy and peace and happiness and good feeling thoughts and humor and love and sharing, and co-creating and creativity as well, you know. So yeah. So you can do anything that you want to do and be anything you want to be. The strongholds of the mind are not as strong as all of the mysteries of the universe, one of which is you. You are so vast. You don't even understand really who you are. You are a mystery to yourself. If you were to understand who you are, you would not think the way that you think right now, okay? You would not think that I can't do something, or oh, I look like this, or like why do I do like you wouldn't be thinking that way, because who you are is not any of that. All of that is like the mind, like literally suffering and like continuously throwing itself into suffering, you know? Because of why? Because it's a pattern, it's a habit. Habits are very hard to break, literally. The level of which our consciousness sits at is also a habit, you know? And so that will actually bring you your the money, the amount of money that you have in your bank account, or the quality of your relationships, or all of that. It's the level of consciousness that you sit at and reside at. And it's our mental patternings, it's our mental habits. And that's why subconscious mind rewiring is so important. It is so important to rewire the subconscious, because the subconscious mind is the body. It is the unspoken language of reality, of creation. And our own subconscious mind dictates our own individual reality. Because, you know, no two people's lives are the same, right? Why? Because everyone's subconscious is operating differently. And thereby creating a different reality. What is shit to somebody will look like gold to another person. Like, you know what I mean? So, I should stop swearing so much when I'm giving these messages. But, sometimes it you know, it's like called for, but not all the time. But yeah, like what is shit to someone is shinola to another person. You know what I mean? So like, it just depends on how you see things, and then the way that you see things will dictate how they appear to you. Okay. So the strongholds of the mind. Okay, the chaos, right? The strongholds of the mind are not as strong as all the mysteries of the universe, one of which is you. Okay. So I hope this message resonated with you guys. That's what I had for you today. If you would like to check out this book, you can down below. I will leave the link to this book down below. It's beautiful. It's packed with so much that can assist you and aid you on your healing journey. Should we read one more? Sure, let's read one more. Page 156. That could be significant for somebody. It is important to keep the mind fertile through creation. Creation leads to life, while consumption leads to eventual weariness and then death of the self. Capital S. I capitalized the S. I capitalized the S. If you are alive here on this earth, you have a mission. And that mission could just be to wake up and make yourself happy. You understand, right? So, yeah. I love you guys very much. Check this out, A Rainbow Thing with Wings, down below. I love you again. Thank you for being here. If you love this message and if you resonated with it, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what you derived from this message and whether or not it helped you. I'd love to hear your responses. Subscribe to this channel for more content just like this, and you can click the bell. I believe there's a notification bell to get notified every single time I post. I love you so much. Lots of love. Thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you in the next one.